Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. I know you're not. I know you're not. No, don't yell at him. It's not his fault. It's just a rumor, okay? No, just calm down. Calm down, okay? Just calm down. Just calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Breathe. 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 That's it. That's it. There you go. Okay. All right. That's it. Feel better? Okay. That's a good thing. Say you're sorry. Okay, it's all right. No, it's just a rumor. I know, it's just a rumor. No, you're not pregnant. No, we understand. We understand. It's okay. Right. You're svelte, trim figure. No, I understand. It's absolutely true. Okay. All right, here, tell you what. Go play. Go play. I'm going to start the show, okay? Although you have gained a couple of pounds. Just so, I'm kidding. Just relax. Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Welcome to our weekly slop fest that we like to call GainerWorld Live, an hour where we just get together, have some fun, share some laughs, sing a couple of songs, and generally just chill out. Because we need some place to go, because let's face it, we ain't got no place to go because of the coronas. So we come here for a week, or for an hour. If we come here for a week, boy, what a show that would be. But we come here for an hour every week, and we just kind of hang out, and we have some fun, and enjoy life, and just generally just see how things are going. So that's how it goes. And if you're new to the show, and you're looking for something entertaining, boy, have you come to the wrong place. But we'll try to do the best we can with, getting people maybe get a smile out of you, have a chuckle, a little bit of a warm laugh. DJ Zath is here, and that's always a good thing. That means only one thing, and that is the fact that we are being simulcast once again on the always popular, ever-present Warp Radio Network, which is warp-radio.tv. Go check him out. Zath is threatening to play my entire album from front to end after the show. You've been warned. So if you go there, there's that. Elizabeth Jecka is in the house as well. Greetings, Elizabeth. Thank you very much for being with us. We always appreciate that. Zath says, I'm sorry, Plopsy. You should be, Zath, because you don't start rumors like that. You don't start rumors like that. Zath said before the show that he thought that Plopsy was pregnant for some reason. And I don't know why. Although I don't know, is it me? Does he look a little bloated? I'm just asking. But that's neither here nor there. If you're new to this, come on in the chat room. We'd love to hear from you. Just tell us where you're from and let us know you're okay. Because like I said, this is what this show is all about. It's not, we'll try to have a little bit of fun and play a couple of songs. I've got a nice Oscar Schmidt 12-string guitar sitting over here that people have claimed I know how to play. I don't know why they'd want to do something like that. But we'll do that for a little bit, and we'll just stop. We'll say hi. Everybody can stop in. Let us know where you're from. We'd love to hear from you. There's no obligation, and as always, no salesman will call or visit. So, nothing wrong. Just come on in. We'd love to hear from you. How's your week been? I know mine has been just crazy. Of course, we had the holiday last week, which was always nice. And, of course, here in America, we had an inauguration. We had a new president come in. I don't know, you might have heard the news. But that happened. But that's not what I want to talk about. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not a political guy. Okay, I'm just not a political guy. But things happened, and well, all I can say at this point is I have decided, and I think I'm not alone when I say this, that I have declared that Bernie Sanders is president of the internet. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and you don't know who I'm talking about, there was a particular picture that happened during the inauguration, the presidential inauguration on Wednesday. And I had seen this and I'd noticed it, and I really didn't think anything of it. And if you don't know the picture I'm talking about, it's this one. That is a picture, if you don't know who that is a picture of Senator Bernie Sanders from Vermont. And now you have to understand, and I'm sure you understand that, Bernie, well, I mean, when you go to a presidential inauguration, it's a pretty highbrow affair, okay? I mean, all the men are wearing their morning coats, and the women are in their Christian Dior and, Sergio Armani attire, and it's pretty big to-doings. Well, not for Bernie. This is how he came to the inauguration. Let me see here. Elena, let me just stop real fast. Let me just cut right in here and just say, hey, Elena, how you doing? She says, hey, pizza night for Dan, the shredding man, and me. He's shredding. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Danimal. You shred that stuff. Topping the pizza now, wish everybody could partake. I do, too, because I haven't had dinner yet. I'm just saying. But anyway, to get back to what I was talking about here, of course, Bernie Sanders. And like I said, I am not a political guy. I really am not. Okay, this is how Bernie Sanders, senator from Vermont, turned up to the inauguration of President Joe Biden. Okay, he's in a parka. Now, granted, he's got a suit coat on underneath this. I found out earlier. He's got a suit coat on underneath this, okay? But he's in a parka. And if you take a really close look, he's got these brown wool. Somebody knitted him a pair of mittens, okay? Which to me is just the coolest thing in the world. And obviously Bernie just don't care. I think we're pretty much of the ilk that Bernie doesn't care. Okay? I mean, come on. It's a presidential inauguration and he shows up like this. Okay? So that's cool enough. But the reality of the situation is, if you haven't been on the internet in the last 48 hours, they have taken this picture, and they have made memes of this picture to the point where I could do an entire hour. I could fill this entire hour just on memes alone of Bernie Sanders. Okay? In fact, I was on the phone last night with Cyrus Gray. Yes, that's Cyrus Gray from the Hugs Show. And we took 45 minutes out to look at all of these memes that were just on a Google search. Okay, they were a Google search, and there were just like hundreds of them, literally hundreds of these things. But I just want to show you, and I'm just going to take a couple of minutes out, okay, just because everybody's been having fun with this, and I want to have some fun with it too, and I want to share it with you guys. But I really wanted to just take a few minutes out and show you what people of the internet can do with a picture like this, okay? Like, for example, I don't know if you're aware of it, but Bernie actually was in a very important moment in history. Oh, yeah. Did you? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He ended World War II. Did you know that? Oh, yeah. There's proof of it. Sure enough. There's proof of it. There he is, right there on the right-hand side. Okay? If it wasn't for it, thank God for him. Thank God for him. That's why Hitler was on the run. Because of Bernie. That's right. That's right. But that's not all that he's done in his lifetime. Oh, no. No. Did you know he was a TV star, too? Oh, no. Politics isn't his only game. He's been a TV star, sure enough. Here he is, as a matter of fact, here he is, guest star. It was a small role, but he was on a comedy. He's up there. Is he sponge-worthy? I don't know. You tell me. Also, you'll be interested in knowing that he did have, and after that show, of course, was canceled. Of course, he had to look for other work. But he did find, work on one summer replacement show. Yeah, he was on the Muppets. So, yeah, hey, listen. we all got to do what we all got to do, right? I mean, come on, work is work. Let's call it what it is. But it'll also interest you to know that yeah, he also was very big into music. Very big into music. Oh yeah, and he was featured, in fact, on one very famous album. Yeah, you might have heard that it was a top 10 hit. Top 10 hit. It was all over the place. And also we found out that what we'd known for a long time, and that was that, yes, it is true, Bernie Sanders was the fifth Beatle. I thought it was Murray the K myself. What do I know, right? It's just one of those things, one of those crazy things that you find out. But to the younger viewer, don't you worry. You think that Bernie was just like, an old hippie and things like that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't you worry about that. He played with some of the emo bands. Sure enough. Minor Threat? Sure. I know I love him. And one more, just because this, you see what I mean? I could do an entire hour on these things. But one more, and will be especially poignant if you are from the south side of Chicago, and it is winter. So be that as it may, if you're from the south side, Bernie will help you hold your parking space. So that's what we've got going. Those are just some of the ones. And I'm telling you, like I said, I could do an entire hour. Just the millions of memes. One that I did see that I couldn't find again before showtime. Somebody had him on the cover of George Harrison's All Things Must Pass album. As you can tell, the phone lines are open. Don't you dare call at a moment like this, because I will pick up the phone. Don't you worry about a thing. Let's see here what's going on. Elena says, I heard an interview with the girl who made those mittens. She's a second grade teacher, and she was amused by her 5 minutes of fame, and Stephen Colbert with Bernie was good too. He's a great guy. But I will say this. Apparently the school teacher, she actually got like hundreds of calls asking people asking her to knit a pair of mittens just like those. So, and she's just like, no, I can't. I'm a school teacher. I have a job. I have a life. I have a family. So apparently, but hey, I'm just saying to her openly, if you ever need a second line of work, believe me when I tell you, Bernie's got you covered. Okay? Bernie mittens. Catch the fever. So that's what's up. Colorado representing, little sister on the line. What's up, Jude? Glad you're here. Appreciate that. We've got pizza. We got Bernie Sanders. Indeed. What more can we ask for? What more can we ask for? except for this one right here, and that would be a call from the man, the myth, the legend himself, none other than DJ Zath from the Warp Radio Network. What's up, dude?
What's up? I want to apologize to Plopsy.
Don't get him started again.
Oh, okay,
Don't get him started. You saw how he was at the start of the show. Just don't do that, okay?
He was all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Poor little thing was having a heart attack there inside.
Well, you know, hey, look, the last girl that he shared macaroni and cheese with, that was a long time ago. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, so yeah, he has some very high standards. You know. Yeah. I'm sure. Well, I mean, look who he's living with. But yeah.
You're gonna need more. He won't need much more than a thimble, but
that is true. That is true. But which is a nice thing. He's low maintenance that way, so it's okay with me. But at any rate, yeah. So you're threatening people with my album. What the hell is that all about?
Yeah.
Why would you want to subject your listeners to something like that?
Well, because I needed to wear the needle. I needed to wear down the stylus on the turntable somehow. You know. I thought,
You know, and it's funny because I was before the show. I just, for the heck of it, I went to your website, and you know, I looked up the TV screen, and there it is. It's just this great big turntable staring me in the face. You know,
yeah.
Is that a new one?
It is new. I've had it about 5 years, but it looks brand new because I took care of it. You see, but it's modified for the board. It's wired into the console, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. You should hear this thing. It sounds fantastic.
Well, no, I've got two Audio-Technica turntables. I've got two of them. I've got one here in the studio, and then I've got another one downstairs. The one downstairs I use for my albums, just like, you know, my regular vinyl stuff and the stuff that I play on Sunday. And then up here, I'll like transpose like all my 78s and my transcription albums. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I've got like this huge library of transcription discs. These big 16-inch transcription discs. And
I've heard of tapes for the blind, but this one's, tapes for the Timmy, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, and I had to have a turntable custom made for these things, because they're just so doggone big. You can't play them on regular record players. For the viewer or listener that doesn't know, these are like old discs that they used to send to radio stations back in like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they could only play them on special turntables. I had to have one built because I had amassed such a collection of these things, you know, and I decided it was time to transpose these things. So yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Those turntables are great.
Well, this one, let me just say this one, I modified it.
You modify everything.
I do,
You're worse than Tim Allen. It's just like, it's ridiculous, you know. More power. You know. How do you modify an Audio-Technica turntable?
Well, you see, I got rid of that funny little amplifier board and that little USB board or whatever, and I just wired leads right for the tone arm, right into the console's preamps. It's super quiet, and I can customize. I can tailor the hell out of it. It sounds great.
All righty then. Well, people might just get a taste of that tonight, if his threats are real, because he will be doing. Are you doing a vinyl show tonight, or what are you doing exactly? Why would you threaten people like this?
Here's the catch. I've been having problems with my internet.
Okay.
So I had called the I can't say that on your show. Sorry, Comcast. I was going to use a different name, but it's your show, so I will have great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The youth of America thanks you.
Yes. I had to call Comcast, and they had to send a technician out here. And they came out here, and after 2.5 hours, they couldn't figure out the problem.
Okay.
So they gave me a new modem, and that basically blew up. They gave me another new modem, and that one blew up. They gave me
But
and then once it kind of started working, so then they left, and then that modem blew up. And I shouldn't say blow up. I should say it loses training. It loses the signal.
No, I just get the feeling. I just see you the minute the tech closes the door. I just see you pulling a screwdriver out of your back pocket and just like slowly, like an old Lon Chaney movie, just slowly moving toward the modem, and the modem just cowering in fear because they know that you're going to go into this thing and do God knows what to it. And it's probably illegal in certain states. So
probably, but I will mention that this is Comcast property, so I can't go inside.
I understand that, but
I do have a Comcast branded modem that does belong to me, and I have been inside that. Much better cooling and everything, but that's a whole other
and they all look alike, right? They all pretty much look the same, sure. So it's hard when you want to practice. It's hard for you to kind of which is which. I understand.
At least I didn't get the big plastic box, but they gave me. I ended up getting a decent modem. Like I said, he went through 4 of them, and then I got a nice decent one. And he walked out the door, and I had to go out there and pull him out of his truck because there was no net. By the time he got to his truck, the net died, so I had to go get him. And
I understand. I understand.
And, they spent 2.5 hours or whatever it was, and they're scratching their heads. So like, we don't know what's going on. So he called it in the field. Blah 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 blah.
Gotcha.
And so then they gave me the modem. They're like, okay, we think it works. We figured out why it didn't work. We rebooted this piece of equipment. We got that to work. Okay, it seems to work fine. And he left. And about 45 minutes later, offline, online, offline, online. I end up having to call Comcast, and they're like, they're like, hey, Zath, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, when you're on first name basis with the text, that isn't good. I'm just saying. And I was too. When they had the local office here open, I was first name basis with all the texts.
I have no idea. This does not surprise me at all. Carl Keegan has entered the chat room, and he says it appears Zath is trying to find ways to blow up the house again.
I will tell this. Before Comcast, the local ISP loved Warp, and the owner of the ISP used to come down here and join me in shows and stuff. So he was in the chat room all the time.
There you go. Sure, why not? It's good to have friends that share your interests. I understand.
It's nice to have friends in high places,
Of course. Of course.
Especially when you pay them, but they did everything, that ISP did everything they could to keep it up and running. But Verizon, we won't get into Verizon.
Low class is better than no class. I get it. No problem. Well, everybody, make sure you head over to Zath's place, so to speak, warp-radio.tv. He's going to be doing strange things with vinyl that probably should be outlawed by the RIAA, but we won't talk about it. So.
Well, technically you're right, because the first thing I do is remove the RIAA curve. So
there you go. See, and that's the rest. Warp-radio.tv, DJ Zath, right after you get to see this little slop fest on this very bandwidth. Thank you, dude.
Unfortunately, I can't do that because I have no internet service.
Well, there you go. Well, do the best you can.
They're welcome to go to Warp. They are welcome to go to Warp, and maybe someday might find entertainment there. We don't know. But as of right now, you are being forwarded to Warp. I was just calling to let you know that my admins are keen on the job.
Okay.
And made sure your simulcast is going through, but I'm dead to the world. And I'm expected to be dead here through at least midnight. About midnight, my net will come back.
Okay.
And that's what the problem is. So
good enough.
I don't even get to watch your show. And I'm sad.
You'll get over it. That's why it's recorded. There's reruns.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can watch the rebroadcast in 2 days.
That's right. Yeah. So you got something to look forward to on the weekend. All right, dude, no problem.
I really was ready to play Honor Among Thieves on the turntable. I had it all set up, ready to go,
Hold that thought until Comcast comes back up, okay?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm still gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm still gonna do it when I get back online. It's gonna happen.
Okay. Thanks for the warning. On behalf of every viewer, thank you for the warning.
Warning accepted.
No problem. All right, dude. Well, we'll talk to you later. I appreciate it. Thanks for the yeoman's work. Always appreciate it.
Yeah, always for the Timmy and the Plopsy, So
Appreciate
and by
it.
the way, that's a nice shade of blue.
Hey, there's a reason for it, okay? I don't know. You can't see it. You
for
can't
it.
see it, but the shirt says very simply, "Don't grow up. It's a trap."
Oh, I see.
So
that's the part I see, but then again, I don't see it because I see a still image with a spinning circle. I was gonna warn you, Carl likes blue, so
I understand. I understand.
He's batting his eyes on you all night long.
That's all right. We've learned to keep him at bay. That's not a problem.
Either that or you get yourself a few free drinks out of the deal,
Hey, who am I? Who am I to turn it down? No, I do the George Carlin thing. He walks up to me and goes, "Can I buy a drink?" I'm like, "No, but can I have the money for it?" So, it works out.
That works out.
It works out.
That'll work out.
There you go. All right, dude, I appreciate it. Warp-radio.tv. Check Zath out whenever he's back up online. Appreciate the yeoman's work, buddy. Thanks a lot.
And you're welcome, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
Talk at you. You can always count on Zath to just waste time because that's basically all he does. He fixes things and no, actually, he's actually been very good for this show, and I do thank him. He's been real good with us. He's been real good with the Hugs Network, helping us out in a lot of big ways. So yes, Carl Keegan, yes, our favorite cuddly gay Irishman is in the house, and all good here in Ireland. He says, having a pint, or is that too early? Carl says, it's 1:21. The start of my night is never too early or late. Yeah, like you ever stop. Come on, who are you kidding? So that's what's going on with that. So let me hang over here for a little bit. And Carl says he does it intravenously. Yes, you do. You just pour it all over your body and the pores just suck it up. I want to... pull the 12 string out this week. I was going to wait till next month to play the song. In fact, I think I'm probably going to re-record it for the next album. Stephen Still's song. I'm going to modify the lyrics a little bit. "4 and 60 years ago, I come into this life, son of a woman and a man who lived in strife. He was tired of being born, and he wasn't into selling door to door, and he worked just like the devil to be more. Different kind of poverty now upsets me so. Night after sleepless night, I walk the floors and I want to know, why am I so alone? Where is my woman Can I bring her home? Have I driven her away? Is she gone? Morning comes so quickly as I lay into my bed. Son of this and this devil's in my head. I embrace the many-colored beast. I'm weary from the torment. Can there be no peace? And I find myself just wishing that my life would simply cease. It's kind of a morbid ending when you stop and think about it, really. I think Steve should probably, I think Steven Stills has learned to lay off the mushrooms when he writes songs these days. But, love that track. Always have. Play it every now and then. But I do love it. It's a nice tune. Yes, thank you, Carl. Appreciate that. The original song is called 4 and 20. That's off of the first Crosby, Stills, and Nash album. In case you didn't know. Long time since I've heard it, says Judy. Yeah, long time since I played it. I think I've played that maybe all 3-4 times in my lifetime. But that's another story. A lot of the older bands. It's funny. I was reading Crosby had a drinking problem. Crosby had more than a drinking problem, dude. He was one of the biggest coke fiends you'd ever want to know. Coke, got high all the time. In fact, it's funny. He's got, believe it or not, he's got his own strain of cannabis now. He has his own weed company. And I think it's like called Croz or something like that, CROZ. And if you go on his Twitter page, if you go into his Twitter account, people send him, to this day, pictures of joints that they've rolled. Hey, you like this one, Dave? Yeah, you like the way that one looks? And he will rate on a scale of 1 to 10 how well you roll your joint. The 60s have never died. And I love that. Crosby Cannabis. Take you to new places. Yeah, boy, that's... Between him and Tommy Chong, man. I'm just saying. I just want to get down to Windy City Cannabis and try the gummies. That's all I want. You know? Just once. I want to sit there and just munch gummies and just zone out. It's not the coronas. It's only allergies. It's okay. Nothing to worry about. We're all okay. But yeah. And speaking of old bands, this is something else that I did want to bring up. Don't know if you heard the news, but there is another old band. Not the gummies. Donna is in there. Hello, Donna. How are you? Don't get the gummies. Get the pre-rolled. Yeah, but the pre-rolled I hear is really expensive. You know, I mean, I haven't even priced this stuff out yet. I have a couple of friends who do that I won't even mention, but they tell me that, you know, the gummies are probably the cheapest thing you're going to get. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'll try those. You know, and I know me. If I were to try to smoke a joint again, it would remind me of why I gave up smoking. And I can't do that anymore. Smoking's not even an option for me anymore. And it's really kind of a drag sometimes because I do remember, like if I'll go to, my sons still smoke. And they're very nice about it when they come by the house. You know, they'll go outside and smoke and everything like that. But I'll stand next to them and just inhale the secondhand smoke because, quite frankly, them boys was tasty. I tell you what. So, I think I'll stick with the gummies on that. Carl says, I liked your family pic on Facebook today. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I did post a picture of, and I can talk about this on the show too. Back around this time last year, myself and my sons, aka my band, Matt on bass, Jim on guitar, my nephew Colin on drums, We played a wonderful venue that we just love, a place called the Montrose Saloon on the north side of Chicago. Had a lot of fun there. Met all kinds of great people there. They have been nominated by the Chicago Reader. If you're a Chicago citizen, you know what I'm talking about. Even if you're not, you can vote online at chicagoreader.com. But they have been nominated as Best Outdoor Venue for 2020 because they had some killer shows. Even with, COVID and the restrictions in place, they were able to social distance and keep people outside, and they were able to put on some really great shows. And they have been nominated. So, do my pal Eric Chiel a favor and go to chicagoreader.com and go to the arts and entertainment section. And best of 2020, best of Chicago 2020. Vote for the Montrose Saloon. But I tell you that because I posted some pictures of us at that show, and there's one particular picture that I really love. And it was, I want to say it was after the show, where we're all just hanging around, and somebody snapped a picture of us. And it's there. It's on my Facebook page, and you can look at it and laugh at it all you want. And everybody has been very kind about the compliments about that, so thank you very much. Let me see. Judy says, my son works for a CBD company. I can send you some. Sure. No problem. I'm all down with that. Try this chocolate, says Donna. I'd probably try the brownies. I'm all about that. But my luck, somebody'd come over and go, oh, look, pastries. Glad you stopped smoking. Yes, I am too. I have not touched a cigarette in 7 years now. And but I tell you what, that was a hard decision to make. It really was. And since my heart surgery, like I said, that's not even an option for me anymore. That would be certain death for sure if I were to start again. So we're not going down that road for a while. Carl says, man, they look like you. One is a photocopy of you. I don't know which one you're talking about, but yes, I do know what you're saying, and thank you very much. God, they look like you. Well, that's, what can I say? It's genetics, man. There's not a lot I can say about that. But yeah, we're looking forward to getting back on the road. We've got at least one show coming up this year. I can't give the details yet, but I will tell you that it's going to be a very big affair, and I'm very much looking forward to it. And stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's the best I can tell you on that. Judy says probably Jimmy. Yeah. Carl says me and Simon will have to go over. It's possible. Or I might end up over there. Let me explain. I'll take over the stream, says Carl. I might end up over there. And I'll tell you why. So, my son Eric, who he and I share a great, like all of my boys, we all share a great passion for music. But we do have one thing in common, and that is the fact that we both love one particular band. And it was, it originally came out of Rolling Stone, but then others like Ultimate Classic Rock and Louder and everybody caught on to this real fast, that Genesis is going to be touring the UK in September and October. And Eric is desperately trying to get me to go with him to England this October to see Genesis. Carl says, yeah, Phil Collins said that. Well, more than Phil said that, Donna says, oh my God, you're going on tour with Genesis. No, Donna, I'm not going on tour with Genesis. Although I'd love to. Although there is no opening band that can even come close to Genesis. So that's why they never have an opening act. Really, they don't need one. But, so I will tell you this. We did look at the dates when they will be playing in Liverpool. And I think you know why I would go to Liverpool. for two reasons. Number one, yes, I want to go see, got to go see Abbey Road and, the Cavern Club and all that. But it's also very near, not too far away from a certain former podcast co-host who has been trying to get me to come over there for quite some time. And now that he is a family man and has settled down a bit, we might do this. We're still talking about it. Abbey Road is 300 miles away in London. Yes, I know that. So let me see. Speaking of drug use, when did 420 become a thing? On 420, of course. Glastonbury was canceled. It's unlikely any concerts will go ahead in the UK. Well, they're talking about doing this in like September and October. So it's very possible that this might, they might pull this off. A lot of bands that I know are starting to make plans for the latter part of this year. I would try to make plans for the latter part of this year, except that the venues that I want to play with on the latter part of this year are closed and I can't get to them. So Carl says, I can meet you in Liverpool. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If that happens, there will be a reunion. I promise you that. There will be the reunion that never was. 1977 at least, attended 420. I attended 420 in 1978 in DeKalb. Okay, so you're talking about the 420 festival. Gotcha. So yeah, Donna says, I miss live music. Who doesn't? I would love to play out live. There are a few people that are starting to play out again. It's happening slowly, and it's happening in kind of an underground capacity. So we shall see what happens as time goes on. But yeah, I miss it too. I'd love to be able to play out. I miss rehearsing with the band. I miss hanging out with my friends. It's yeah. Hopefully this will all end soon and we'll all get together and we're going to have one great big party. One great big party. So we shall see what happens with that. And I might end up in Europe later on this year. I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that. But we'll see. We'll see. Eric says he's going to get his passport together. I got to get my passport together because it's been years since I've even pulled that thing out. Carl says Simon will have us babysitting. Probably. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh my! You'd be holding Grace and I'd be holding Elijah. Hey, listen, man, we're gonna go out for a few hours, and we'd be stuck there till 5 a.m. Oh man, the blind leading the blind. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I don't know. I still remember how to do that kid thing. God knows I've had enough experience at it. But who's to say? Who's to say? Again, thank you to everybody that has joined us. If you're new here, alas, I don't. Really? Thanks to everybody who's joined us tonight. I certainly do appreciate it. If you're new here, come on in the chat room. Say hi. We won't harass you a lot. And we'd love to talk to you. Just to make sure everybody's okay. That's what this is all about with the coronavirus and everything going on. We just want to make sure everybody's all right. And that's why we do this. We all get together and we talk in the chat room and just kind of let our hair down and just forget the cares of the day. So yeah, I appreciate that. Let me see here. It's possible. We might even go, and getting back to the Genesis thing for a second, if it's not Liverpool, I might end up in London because their last shows are going to be at the O2. Which I'd love to see. I hear the O2 is fantastic. But it's kind of big. But then again, for a Genesis show, you need big. And I want to see, because Phil, the big news on this is that Phil Collins' son, Christopher, is playing drums. Because Phil can't. Phil's a mess. If you are a fan of Genesis and you haven't seen them, there's actually... There is footage online on this very bandwidth, as a matter of fact, on YouTube, of the band rehearsing for the shows. And Christopher's playing. And boy, oh boy, here's this 18-year-old kid trying to play Phil Collins stuff. And he's doing a pretty good job. But how can I say this? Phil doesn't look good. For those who don't know, during the 2007 reunion tour, he slipped on a stage. It was wet. It was raining. And he slipped. And he hurt his back. Well, it turns out he did like permanent nerve damage to his back to the point where he can't even play drums anymore. He can't hold a pair of drumsticks. And while he's singing, and he did this with his last two tours, he toured the States and he toured Europe a couple of years ago. And he's sitting in a chair. Sitting in a chair, just like I am right now. Singing In the Air Tonight and, the theme from Tarzan and Separate Lives and all that stuff. And it's kind of sad. It's really sad. I mean, I understand the fact that, we're all getting up there in the years. I mean, like I said, I'm going to be 64 next month. McCartney's 78. Phil's 65, 66. We're not spring chickens anymore. But if you're that physically injured to the point where you can't even walk onto a stage anymore, maybe you ought to start thinking about, packing it in as far as performance goes. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't work in the studio, obviously. But, I just... It'll be fun. If we went, it would be fun to hear the band. Because I've seen them, I want to say 4 times in my life. And all of them were just... All those nights were just absolutely awesome. Totally awesome. And the sound is terrific. And one of my favorite videos is still When in Rome. But I don't know. What do you guys think? If you've seen anything about Genesis, let me know. Let's talk about it in the chat. Carl says, Phil's having a bad divorce right now. He evicted his wife 2 weeks ago. Yeah, what about that? What's going on with that situation? Yeah, Phil's Italian wife, apparently her temper was flared. And, well, he was trying to get the house in Miami and she wouldn't move out. These things can be so messy sometimes. Phil hasn't aged well. He hasn't for a while. That's true. Judy says, I saw him in the chair. Have you read his autobiography? No, I haven't, although I want to. That's up on the list. I've got, as a matter of fact, somebody asked me today, Tim, do you read a lot? I'm like, no, I don't read at all. I really don't. I read the news and that kind of thing. But to sit down and like read a book, somebody be like, well, did you read the Harry Potter series? No, because reading to me is boring. It really is. I guess it's because I'm just like too hyper or I've got too much to do with my life. It's just, I don't know. I just don't like to read. But I do have a copy of the King Crimson biography, that is to say, downstairs that I bought months ago. I've yet to read. And I'd love to read the Genesis, or the Phil Collins biography. I'd love to read the Genesis biography, Armando Gallo's book. I'd love to read that. Phil is one of those multi-instrumental geniuses. He can play about 50 instruments, much like Paul Simon, Paul McCartney, Sting, and a few others. Yeah, that is true. That is true. He's good with keyboards. He's great with drums, obviously. And he ain't too bad at production either. Boy's got a good ear for things. You got to give him credit for that. Audiobooks are the way of the future. Yeah. See, again, that's one of those things, when you put the CD in and you just start driving and then somebody's talking to you the whole way to the point of boredom, and then you fall asleep and then you crash into a truck. Why do I want to do that? I'm just saying. Audiobooks are the solution, like Judy said. Okay, well, then you and Judy should start a book club, okay? You guys go ahead and do that. I'm going to sit back, and I'm going to listen to the CDs, and I'm going to watch the videos and enjoy myself. Oh, man. So that's what's going on with that. So I don't know. I might be going to see Genesis. I might not. If not, like I said, I've got my copy of When in Rome. We'll see what happens. But Eric wants to go, and allegedly he's going to he's gonna renew his passport, which means I may have to. So you never know. Carl Keaton says, a 3-page thriller, The Life and Times of Tim Gainer. Oh, 3 pages? You're being generous. Carl, you want me to send you the audiobook of the Phil Collins book? Go right ahead. Send one to Oprah, too. Let's get her involved in the whole thing, okay? Judy's book club. It'd be great. There's a Zoom call I'll be missing. Oh, and an update. I do have to give you this update. They're almost gone. We're down to about that many. It's taken me a little more than a day. I'm just saying. So, be that as it is, Mondelez, sponsor the show, competitive rates. So, there is that. And the first 2 pages are the apologies. Yeah. And the third one is the credits. So there you have it. I'm not proud. I don't care. When the cardiologist said, I am not going that way. Okay, I just got a message from Carl, but I'm not going that way. No. This is a family show, sir. I think of what we can do here tonight. Yeah, I understand. Anyway. I'm going to do my latest one. This is actually, this came out, this is still top 10 on the Hugs chart. And I'm very proud of it. I wrote this song in 2002. And got re-released, and it's back on the charts. It's called Love on the Line. It's another Friday night. She watches the screen flash again. Right click, left click, anything to do the trick to find a transoceanic friend. She taps out, hello my baby, tell me what it is you're doing tonight. He says, anything darling, as long as it makes you feel right. She's got her love on the line. She knows it's just a question of time, 'cause she's safe in the arms of this unknown Romeo. Don't you know she can almost see his face in her pseudo space, as they both attempt connections that only they can know. As the dim lighting flickers, they're in their private Shangri-La. To her heart he starts to whisper about how he's gonna kiss her in a secret life there from afar. She can feel her heart racing as he says, babe, it's just a matter of time till the distance falls between us And the day comes that you finally mind she's got her love on the line. And she knows it's just a question of time till she's safe in the arms of this unknown Romeo. Don't you know she can almost see his face in her pseudo space as they both attempt connection that only they can know. Well, the plans are made and the weeks melt away till she's standing there at gate number 2. She sees him emerge and the theories are purged. It's like watching a nightmare play through. You didn't tell me your hair was so gray, he says. Baby, I didn't know you were so. You could cut the disappointment with a knife. The moral of the story, you know, don't put your love on the line, 'cause you know it's only nickel and dime. And there's some things that are out there that aren't quite what they seem. You know what I mean? Don't put your love on the line, but for the sake of $24.99, there's a whole world out there that's not just on that screen. Don't put love on the line, love on the line. Don't put your love on the line. Latest song on the top 10, and that is because of you. And thank you very much for that. I appreciate support like that for a song like that. I'm very proud of it, and I appreciate it. Dinner ready, gotta go later, bro. Okay, later. Love that song. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you like it. And like I said, I appreciate all of the. It's lovely and has a story, which I love. Because we know you're one of those predators. I get it. Just see Carl in the Tinder room on a Friday night. I'm kidding. But anyway, so, yeah, no, I do appreciate that, and thank you very much, and I appreciate all of the support on that. Hugs at WRGG. Go check out the latest top 10. WRGG.org. You can hear the Hug Show every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. And on Wednesday night is the Hug Showcase, showcasing new music from unsigned independent artists. And that's at 10 or 9 Eastern, 8 Central. So by all means, check it out. 93.7 WRGG. And you can hear them online, WRGG.org. Hey, Ipsnay on the Predator, on the Editor Prey. Got it. Okay. Sure, like we don't know about that on a Friday night. We're just kidding. We love you, Carl. And we know how much you love. I'm not going to say it. I get myself in trouble when I say stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, that's going to give us room to wrap things up. Again, I appreciate everybody who's joined us tonight. Thank you very, very much. Previous boyfriends are all missing. I know. And they still don't dig up your backyard. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? Thank you all, everybody, for joining us this evening. I certainly do appreciate it. Please, take care of yourselves. Stay well. It's true what they say. Wear the damn mask, okay? Social distance, all that stuff. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. That's what it's about. Thanks so much for taking the time to put on a show. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for putting up with this show. It's really something that I enjoy doing. And we'll do it again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. What do you say? Sounds good. Let's do it all over again. 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, Friday night on this very piece of bandwidth. We'll do the whole thing all over again. We all need each other. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's stay together right now. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. I think we're up to we're almost at 75 subscribers. I'm at a personal plateau of 100 because, well, it's good for my ego. Doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but, you know, it makes me feel good. So go ahead, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Stay safe. If you like it, hey, you know what to do. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you next week. We're out of here.